Hi, welcome back to part 2 of week 6. Week 6 is all about web presence. In the first video, we talked about websites and if you need a website, what the benefits are of having one, who can build one for you, all that type of stuff. This video, we're talking about search engine optimization. Primarily, what is it? How does it work? When should you focus on it? And how do you know what terms to use for SEO? And how can you really leverage SEO through your content strategy? So lots of really good information that's going to be coming your way. When we started SB Pace, we really didn't understand SEO. And as a result, we have to do some extra work, on the back end now that we're really focused on SEO. And we actually hired some experts to help us with it because we got so much conflicting information when we first started our business that we needed to really understand how it works. And so we thought, let's hire somebody who only does SEO and get some information from them. And it's been a really big, big benefit. So search engine optimization, also known as SEO, is the ability to optimize your content, your keywords, your information so that search engines find you and rank you. And really, we're talking mostly about Google here, right? Let's be real. Google will rank you, and if you use Google, you are familiar with what I'm about to say. You do a search. Let's say you search for the best donuts in Orlando, Florida. You're not going past the first page. You're going to find, maybe if you're like me, you scroll past the ad, and you find the first non-paid ad list, and you go to that one. That's how I do it. Unless I don't like the company, and then I click on the ad. I click on the ad because, well, then they have to pay for the ad, which is kind of a dick move, but usually I ignore the ads in total and go for the actual true ranked listing. But that's SEO at work. It ranks you, and it ranks you based on keywords. So if we were searching for donuts in Orlando, then keywords that would be listed would be donuts. It would be apple fritters, probably glazed donuts, breakfast treats. You just think of different ways to search for donuts, and that's search engine optimization at work. That's how it works, guys. So you want to do that for your business, right? And you should focus on it as early in the process as possible. So we were told two different things. We were told to focus on it right away. We were told it didn't matter for 6 months. They're both kind of true. The reason it doesn't matter for 6 months is because you really need a lot. Google needs data to be able to find you and rank you and to understand what you're doing. And so that's why those keywords are so important in your content. So if you have a blog, if you have a blog and you use your keywords in your blogs regularly, then that helps with your SEO rankings. It helps Google to find you and understand what it is that you do. So there are a lot of different ways that you can benefit your site, yourself, and your business and your website by using SEO. You want to have really good page descriptions for every page on your website. You want to have good page titles. You do not want to reuse page names. That is confusing to Google. And you also don't want to have any dead links showing up at all. So if you've got a link to something in a blog and that doesn't go anywhere because the page has been removed or you've re-architected your website or something, you have to fix those. So you really have to keep your website updated, and I'm going to use the word fresh. And there's a lot of tools you can use to run audits on your website, or you can hire a professional to do it as well. It's it's well worth the time and the investment to see how you're ranking, see where you've got some changes that can be made, and to make those fixes. We have a download for you that helps you to find your keywords if you're not aware of what keywords you should be using. You want to stick with the same keywords. We have a list of, oh my goodness, probably 20 that we really focus on. And when we write content, like one of our service pages, we have to use some of those terms like 15 or 20 times. And that feels really excessive, but that is a really good SEO strategy, because when someone searches, if they don't know you and they're not searching, we're not limited by geography, right? Our clients can be anywhere. But if somebody is searching for small business coaches, like, we want to show up in the rankings and we want to be on the front page. And so we use that term everywhere. We try to use it in every blog we write. We've gone back and we're starting to make updates to existing blogs. And that's what I mean by you want to start early with your SEO strategy, because the more you can work those terms into all of your content, your blogs, your website, your descriptions, your page names, your page descriptions, your service descriptions, the better off you're going to be in terms of using or getting ranked. Now, some of the ways that you can work SEO into your content strategy: titles and metadata descriptions. So you figure out what your keywords are and then use those in your titles and your meta descriptions. Second, optimize your images. So if you can't actually have, like, Google can't read images if there's text on images. So you have to have titles of the images, right? You put a title underneath it or in the background of it, but you just need a title for your images. Backlinks. If you can get your site listed on other websites, it builds credibility and authority and trust, and Google starts to understand that you really are an authority on what you say you're an authority on. And that matters. I mean, this really, really matters, guys. So backlinks, and they recommend that you have at least 100 backlinks. And I know that sounds like an insane amount, but that's what you need. And you got to get them from different places, right? You can't go to like Quora and answer questions and then every answer put your website name. You can, but it's not going to count every time. It's only going to count once. So like you could do it once or twice, but I wouldn't do it too often. Although answering questions on Quora about what you're an expert in does help to build authority. It helps to build authority with people who use Quora. Using long form content. So this is like your blog strategy or the descriptions on your services page or products page. So that long form content, those are tough words to say, guys. Go ahead and use as many of your terms as you can in that. And then internal linking. So you want to link to other things on your own website to help with SEO optimization. Covered a lot. There's some worksheets. If you've got questions, do not hesitate to ask. Again, this was video 2 of week 6 for web presence. And as always, we're here to help. This is a big strategy, and SEO can be really, really confusing. So now that we've been working with some experts for a while, we are happy to help you with any tips or questions that you might have to get you started, or to make a referral if you're looking for somebody to help you out. Thanks, and we will see you next week.